I tend to collect backpacks like a magnet, but this backpack might just be the last one I'll ever want to use for my gear. I think I could fit an entire streaming kit just in this one new bag, and that's why I'm deeming this backpack the last one I'll ever need. I'm talking about the 30L backpack from Nanuk, and while they did send this to me to review, I'm not being paid for it, and I haven't been instructed to say only good things about it. Everyone will have their own unique needs, and so if you watch this review and find that it makes sense for you, please consider using the links down below to grab one. If you have any other gear from Nanuk, I also want to hear in the comments section which cases you might have and what you think. So this is the Nanuk n-pvd 30L. It's essentially a 30-liter backpack. That's the capacity that it holds. And thank you again, Nanuk, for sending this over, because I absolutely love backpacks, but backpacks that are super functional like this one are really helpful when you've got to travel with live streaming gear, with camera gear, with your laptop. Sometimes you might just be able to pack clothes for the night if it's just a quick trip. This bag really kind of does it all, so I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of what's in it and give you some close-up shots so you can really see how cool this bag is and how high quality it is. The material, it's kind of like maybe a water resistant. I don't know that it would be waterproof, but you can tell that this is a really tough material. It also comes with a lifetime warranty guarantee from Nanuk, so I really appreciate having a company that's kind of looking out for your gear and always willing to stand behind their product. And you can see why. Just the feel, the build, this is a tougher backpack, yet at the same time, it is super light. That is one pinky lifting the entire bag, so you're not sacrificing weight in a bag like this. Let's real quick run through some of the features here. Right off the top, I noticed that there was a pocket here, and this pocket is great for just like keys, wallet, phone, just some quick accessories, maybe like an SD card case or something like that, or a few little adapters that you might need to store with you, charging cord, stuff like that. It's not super tall, but there's quite a bit of room inside. It has some flex to it, so once you put stuff in there, you've got a good amount of space. Now, just below that, there's kind of this zippered pocket that it starts in the front and it goes like up and around. So this pocket, probably my favorite for a few reasons. First of all, this pocket tucked away was a nice little rain shield, so if you find yourself stuck in a rainstorm, you can pop that on your bag and you won't have to worry about any of your gear inside getting wet. Again, I think this is probably water resistant to a certain amount, so I wouldn't be afraid if I was caught outside in a very small rainstorm or something. I wouldn't worry too much about my gear. Just knowing that we have that extra security blanket there is a really nice touch. In the top, we have another pocket here, and tucked away, they've given us some of those nice little like Velcro organizer thingies, so when you adjust and set up all of your little spacers inside, these are really helpful for just strapping stuff down and keeping stuff steady when you're out with the bag. I also like how deep this pocket is. So this pocket has a good amount of depth to it, allowing you to put, lenses if you've got to really quickly switch between a few lenses or a few important pieces of gear. And then the pocket is Velcroed in, so you can actually remove the entire thing if you wanted to. You could access everything that's inside the main compartment of the bag, but this just gives you some adjustment. It's almost like a little tray that you could just pull out and have a tray of various things with you on site. So I just like what they were thinking and what they were doing here with this pocket. I know personally, any other bag that I carry, I need to have some sort of like do-it-all access pocket, so this is exactly what that would be for me. Now, turning it around to the front here, we've got a few things I'm going to show off. So on the front here, you don't have any front pockets or anything like that. The one thing I've seen on other bags that I kind of like, I think I have maybe a North Face bag, it has a handle on the front. I don't think I would need that here to carry this because we have a handle on the back here. So they really kind of thought of everything and ergonomically where this stuff should be placed. But on the front, there are two side pockets. So this one on the, if I'm facing the bag on the left side, this pocket has like an elastic band, and I can open this wider, so if I needed to put a water bottle or something bigger, I definitely could fit that in here. But then there is a zippered pocket as well, And this zippered pocket actually accesses the entire main compartment. So if you need to be able to pull out lenses, cameras, any sort of gear really quickly, you can organize that main compartment so that you can access that stuff faster. And I like that you can kind of swing this around and keep it on your body in one position so that you can just swing this over, open up this pocket, get anything out that you needed. I think that was a really good call on their part. And we've seen a lot of other camera bags do this. The only one thing that maybe for a future iteration I would recommend is some sort of extra pockets on the inside of this. So being able to stash away some pens or some SD cards, that would be a really good spot for that. But I don't miss it. I don't feel like that's something that's needed. Just a thought as I'm going through this bag. Now on the other side, it's not an access to the main compartment, but similar to that pocket, it is another pocket. Now this one doesn't open all the way because there's an elastic band to hold it, but a nice big wide open pocket, and there's an internal pocket within that pocket. So there are pockets on pockets here. Again, this could probably do great with, a small water bottle, or even if you had a travel tripod, you could put the base of the tripod into the pocket and then use this additional strap on top to strap the tripod in place and to hold that in there and just leave this pocket open as you're traveling. So I like that there's just a lot of functionality here. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with this bag. Speaking of which, these straps that are on the outside, so you can adjust these and tighten them as needed, but they clip and unclip super easy. Now, I know this is not going to come off when I have something strapped in here, but just knowing that I could go and unclip this at a moment's notice and pull a tripod out or anything else that I have is a really nice touch. Now that's most of the bag here, but there's a few little hidden features. One, there is a pocket on the hip support, so these little straps that go around your waist. There are pockets on both sides that you can unzip and open up, and that's also adjustable, so you can adjust the waistband to be as tight or as loose as you wish. And these are off to the side here, but they also thought of adding another carrying strap here. So we've got one up top, and then we can also grab it from here. So like I was saying on the front where I've seen other bags do it in the past, I like that this is all here on the back. That also is kind of a security mechanism, right? Like it's not something that somebody else could grab if you're worried about someone trying to steal your bag. This would all be against your back. It's nice and padded, it's very breathable. All of this stuff is adjustable, so you can adjust the height of the straps and how loose they are. It's worth mentioning that the 30L backpack can fit either the 17M or 13M cubic organizer, so if you're considering combining them with the backpack, there's a great guide to what fits in the backpack on Nanuk's website. Determine how to mix and match your organizers. You could also include one of those or even two of the 13S cubics side by side. And then last but not least is the big open compartment in the middle. So the zipper goes on the outside of the waist straps. That was an interesting choice that I saw there. So you might find that occasionally you'll have trouble like finding the zipper because your hand has to wrap around those straps so they get a little bit in the way. But I think that's just one of those like getting used to things. And then once you've done it a couple times, it's really not a big deal. But this opens up and inside there's a massive open pocket. You can reshape this and reform this. It's all Velcro, so you can just pull these little dividers out and put them anywhere you wish. You could also pull the whole thing out and put their cubics in there. But the most important piece of this pocket, I have to point out, is on the lid itself. You actually have a zipper mesh pocket. Then if you lift this Velcro up, you have two, not one, but two laptop sleeves. So if you had an ATEM, if you had a monitor, if you had something live streaming wise that would take up more space. So there's really a lot of mix and match going on here. And most importantly, with the dividers, I also just wanted to point out that they leave a good chunk of space both at the bottom and at the top. So you could fit a really good amount of gear in here. And with that top divider, that top pocket that comes out, that Velcros out, that would leave you a ton of space inside this thing, whether you want the cubics in here so that you can just grab and go and pull stuff out of the bag, or if you want to use these dividers that are in here. But all in all, this is a fantastic bag, and this is probably going to be my go-to bag from here on out. To recap, the bag is made from a durable and tough material. It's a sleek look that certainly will hold up to the elements, and has pockets and organizers in all of the right places without being too big and bulky. Combine that with the functionality of the cubic organizers, and working in run and gun scenarios is only going to get easier. Now, is 30 liters enough? Depends on what you're putting into it. I could see this falling on the smaller side, but Nanuk does have larger options. As I get older, my back can only take so much, and I'm thankful for the 30 liter, and I think it's a great option for me and my gear. Thanks for watching this video review, and hope to see you next time right back here.